Hey, what's up guys? As you can see, we have the STI out of the shop, and my plan is to go take it to the car wash down the street, give it a bit of a cleanup, and then I'm going to tell you guys a little bit more about what we're going to be doing with this car in the future. Okay, so we're back at the shop, and I wanted to give the STI a bit of a rinse because it had some dirt on it from sitting around the shop, as well as some brake dust on the wheels. For those of you who are new to the channel, this is our 2015 Subaru STI. As you can see, it's been highly modified, and probably the most noticeable thing you'll see is this full Varis aero kit on it. This is their Arising 2 aero kit. It's not their full wide body kit, but it does have 8mm wider front fenders and a new front bumper. Underneath of these front fenders, you're gonna see the raised Grimmspeed 57CR wheels. Now, we built this car especially for SEMA in 2017 to be featured at the Raise booth for the release of the 57CR wheel. Up until this point, there were a lot of plus 45 offset wheels available for the V8 chassis. However, we partnered with Raise to make a plus 38, which is slightly more aggressive, and it provides perfect fitment for coilovers, or in this case, air suspension. One of the most obvious changes to the STI is the custom wrap. We had that done by Zion Designs, which is a local to Iowa company, and I think they knocked it out of the park, and they did a great job highlighting those 57CR wheels. In addition, we've paired that with some carbon fiber accents, including these OLM carbon fiber mirror covers and this OLM rear carbon fiber Kaze roof spoiler. Now, moving on to the back of the car, we have some aftermarket lighting as well. These OLM Spec CR lights are fully sequential, and we've paired that with the SubiSpeed F1 light, and then of course we've got the SubiSpeed headlights to boot. In terms of sound, we put an NVIDIA R400 catback exhaust on the STI just to give it a bit more of a rumble. I'm not gonna lie, under the hood of the STI is where things start to get a lot less impressive. It's pretty much all show and no go, which is part of the reason why we wanted to do this build series. The plan is to give the STI some engine mods so that its performance matches its aggressive styling. So in preparation for this build, we sent the car down to Off the Line Performance, and we had them install a new block with forged internals. They used an Outfront Motorsports block, which is supposedly rated to 500 wheel horsepower, and that's due to the fact that they use King bearings as well as CP pistons. And just to make sure that we didn't have any oil starvation issues, they also installed a Killer Bee Motorsports oil pan. When our friends at Cobb heard about our build, they immediately sent us a full catalog of goodies to support our power goals. This includes an Accessport, fuel pressure regulator kit, fuel pressure sensor, flex fuel kit, fuel rails, 1050cc top feed injectors, and a silicone turbo inlet. Unfortunately, we weren't able to film the whole build process at Off the Line, but we were able to get some B-roll, so I'll go ahead and include some clips of that now. now you guys know a little bit more about our STI and some of the supporting mods it's got, let's talk a little bit more about our future plans for the build. We want to give the car more usable power, including horsepower and torque. So, of course, we partnered with Grimmspeed on this project because they sell a whole catalog of parts for the STI that's going to give it some more power. Specifically, I'm looking forward to trying out the new JB400 Turbo from Grimmspeed because it's going to give the STI a lot more mid-range punch, which I feel like at the moment it's really lacking. Grimmspeed has tested this turbo to make up to 440 wheel horsepower and 460 wheel torque, which is pretty good. In addition, we've got some cooling and some exhaust modifications for the STI, including their top mount intercooler, their down pipe, as well as their new bypass valve. Then once we get all these parts fitted on the car, we're going to go back to off-the-line performance and put the STI on the dyno to see how the numbers compared to when the motor was first installed and tuned. Hopefully, we make a little bit more power. I'll also be giving you guys some street impressions of how the car performs and drives, and we can figure out whether or not these parts are worth the money. If you guys have an STI at home and you're doing a similar build, I'd highly recommend you hit that like and that subscribe button so you don't miss out on any of the future content. Also, let me know what you think in the comment section down below, whether or not you like the build or what you think we should install for parts. With all that being said, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you later.